That's weird. This is weird. Like, I'm sure these are useful, but I've never used them before. Are you still my girlfriend's favorite? I'm pretty sure you are. She said the last time I was streaming that she was tempted to just jump into the chat and start roasting me. And if she can hear me through the door, she probably will do that. Huh? Yeah. She heard me. They're asking about you. Yeah, the Gantt. That's. Oh, let me switch to the one they can actually see. There.
Did you see my comment?
No, what did you say?
I don't know. That was on your Facebook.
Oh, I don't have the Facebook one in the Restream chat. I actually need to remove Restream, but...
I'm in my pajamas.
That's how we do. Okay, damn, where is this video? Oh, hi. Just everyone posting hi. Yes. First Last was asking if he is still your favorite.
Yes. That was the last live stream, correct?
I believe so.
Yes. Your standing is still number 1. We will see after this live stream.
Ooh, no pressure. No pressure to retain top status. I don't even know if I want to talk about all of these different diagrams. Cause like, look at all this syntax for Gantt charts. Like, that's a lot for something that you could easily just probably do in a GUI. Then again, I guess if you're gonna write some script or code for that, you could probably do that. This is a title I'm willing to fight for. She already set up the Christmas tree. It literally just became November. We just finished Halloween and the tree's already up.
Yeah, November 1st.
Oh Lord. He is not allowed. Sorry, Thor. The cat is not allowed in the stream. Yeah, I don't know how many of these I actually want to cover for this video. I'm definitely going to do flowcharts because that's what I do the most. Do I miss vimwiki? No. Everything I liked about it I can do in Obsidian with a lot of other bells and whistles and features, and with the Vim emulation and now a sort of supported vimrc using vim.js, and then some shortcuts you can map. You can still basically use all keyboard in Obsidian, and then it just has all the other amazing features of Obsidian that vimwiki doesn't have. So, I mean, I'm not missing it at all. And he's right, yeah, you can actually use vimwiki and Obsidian together, because Obsidian just looks at a directory full of markdown documents. Other than its like dot files and configuration and data files that it will also put into a dot directory inside that wiki. Other than that, it's exactly the same. It just looks at those markdown files, so you can use them together. Some of the syntax may be different, but it works. It works together. The Obsidian plugins are pretty awesome. A lot of them are still really, really brand new and still getting fleshed out, but a lot of what you can do with them is pretty awesome. Some of their functionality is getting kind of advanced to where you can start using them with each other to like do a lot more complex and interesting stuff. But somebody today was posting in the server about using their plugin basically took the standard output of any sort of command line command and would insert that into the document. So pretty much anything that can send to standard out could actually have its output as input into a document. And oh my god. Scripting on the CLI and having that inserted into a document, that's gonna be some power right there. How often do I use flowcharts? I mean, I don't put a flowchart in like every single document, but I have used them sometimes. I have it in my index for my map of mock, my map of my maps of content. And because I have some links to this, if I click on one of these, it actually links to the Obsidian URI, which is, you know, an Obsidian specific URL that opens up that particular document. It doesn't work on Obsidian Publish, but if I click programming, it actually takes me to my programming mock. So that's really useful. But this like visualizes my current like maps of content. And I have a couple. I have like I have workflows. I have some things like how I process my finances, content processing, my massive content processing flowchart. All of those are ones I've used, obviously. And then I think there's one of these that I actually did some... Yeah, there's a flowchart in one of my business-oriented ones. I don't know why that plugin sort of messes up on occasion. Huh. Yeah. Oh, I just do backlinks to check it out. Or not. Arg. What did I mention it in? I think was it? No. Yeah. So like I have a note on 1,000 True Fans, and like I used a flowchart in here for that simple one. So I do use them, and because I remembered it or the syntax from R Markdown, it's because it's basically the same. I just started using it, and it's not like a very difficult syntax. It's like Markdown for charts. Case by case. I also bought How to Take Smart Notes. Pirated it. The other resources for Zettelkasten. There is a talk by Tiago Forte and Zonka Arens, and that one was an interesting watch. It's on YouTube. There's also pretty much anything by Andy Matuszak. Andy Matuszak's working notes is pretty awesome. As far as like my favorite resources, that's basically like my favorites. Yeah, I'm shooting portions of a YouTube video I'm going to upload later, but in like a few weeks, and I figured I'd just kill two birds with one stone because, one, I wanted to just film another video, and two, I have not streamed in like a month, and I really actually do like streaming. I just need more time in my day and to be less distracted because, honestly, I'm trying to get some of these classes done for my degree because this CompTIA A+ certification is annoying. I like failed the first attempt by like 25 points because some of the exercises are just bleh. So, improving my YouTuber skills. Thanks. Not sure. Like, is it just my editing? Because I'm actually editing now. Peak efficiency. I try. I made some extra overlays so I don't have any of the alerts displaying over while I do those film segments, but yeah. I did just recently buy a Stream Deck, so I'm going to have a hell of a lot of fun figuring that out, not only for streaming, but also for general productivity, because you can map it to anything, like actions and hotkeys within certain applications. So that means instead of having to use the Alfred app for everything, I could actually just put everything onto the Stream Deck, which would be really helpful. And I'm figuring out, like, okay, how could I hack on that to use Obsidian? Because if I just have the editor open, I can actually have hotkeys mapped to this and then multi-actions to a single button on the Stream Deck. We're getting in some power there. So when I get the Stream Deck, play around with it, and set up a lot of that stuff, I'm going to be making a video on that. Thank you for the content. How did I start the Mermaid code line? To start a Mermaid code, to start a Mermaid graph, you just need the 3 backticks, like any sort of programming language, for syntax highlighting, and then just the word mermaid. And then the contents inside will be rendered as a mermaid chart. So that's it. Like if I remove the word mermaid here, it just displays code. But if I have mermaid, it actually displays the actual chart. I'm not sure why it's not there. Mermaid. I spelled it right. That was weird. But yeah. Oh wait, I wasn't sharing my screen. Oops. Yeah, so the 3 backticks, and you can actually, it just needs mermaid there. If I delete that, it only shows code in default syntax highlighting, but mermaid back, and it should display. I'm not sure why it's not when I do that, because when I just re-render it, you know, works there. Don't know. But yeah, mermaid. Because that's all you need. It's basically just saying, hey, mermaid is code, and then render. Can I share my Obsidian templates? Yes. I've already done that. I actually need to make just a section in my repo for that. And then link to that somewhere. I could probably put it in the gist and link to that. I've started a repo for FAQ. So if people want to ask me questions, it'll be on that GitHub repo. That way I can just refer people to that. So basically they can file an issue on GitHub and I'll answer your questions. Or if I have frequently asked questions, then I can just leave those up there. So like finding resources. And when I do that and upload the templates, I will do that. But I'm going to forget. So if you want to like hop on the Discord on my server and then send me a message or just tag me in any of the chats, I'll remember and I'll do that then. But yeah, I share everything. I don't care about like my CSS. Like, nah, I don't care. Especially because a lot of my stuff I have is just, you know, an aggregation of everything on the forums and what I've come across. So I'm really not like, we all stand on the shoulders of giants. It's not like I got some secret sauce or anything. Can I be in your video? Maybe. I like that this user on YouTube is named Cats. You win the internet today, my friend. The journey was very cool. What journey? Yeah, yeah, just send me a reminder on Discord. I forget everything unless I like immediately write a post-it note or set a reminder. Just do that, and I will probably do that tonight. I don't think I'm doing anything tonight other than studying, probably getting some delivered food because #lazy, and this. So yeah, I'll probably have that up tonight, and you just need to remind me. And then I'll put it on the GitHub for my FAQ, and then anyone and their mother can access that. And if anyone is like unfamiliar with my FAQ repo, I will put that here. You can ask me questions by filing answers on there. If I close the issue, it's just something I haven't had as a frequent question. If it is a frequent question, I'll leave it up and I'll leave it open forever so it's easy to find, search, and then people can just find the resources that I talk about. So if you want to use that, there you go. Ooh, pizza. That's not a bad idea. Gavin is in the house. Hey, Gavin. Gavin is OG from my early day streams. A lot of you guys are. Easy is, First Last. You guys are the OGs. If you guys are in my Discord server, Gavin, you're already good. But if you guys are in my Discord server, hit me up with your usernames because I have some vanity rolls that I give to like the people who've been around my streams for a while, the OGs. So you guys have been around, and I like and appreciate that you guys hang out. I was thinking about using Mermaid earlier today, but forgot it was called Mermaid, and here it is. Yes! Mermaid is awesome, and especially like the flowcharts, super simple. It's markdown syntax, but for diagrams. It's rad. Maybe you can make videos about how to make videos. I mean, yeah. I think that's like, isn't that something like every YouTuber does eventually, where they, hey, I'm making a YouTube video on how to make a YouTube video because I'm a YouTuber and I want the ad revenue on a video on how to make videos, because we're getting meta. It seems like a rite of passage. Like you make your here's how I make money on YouTube video. You make your here's how I make videos on YouTube video. You make your apologize because you said something really stupid in a video. It's like all these rites of passage as a YouTuber. Yes. If anyone wants command line amazing extensibility for plain text document editing with LaTeX-like customizability, customization. What are words? Big words. If you want amazing documents, if you want to write it with plain text and have functionality of code highlighting, documents, pictures, flowcharts, everything under the sun and probably more, talk to Gavin in my chat. GROFF is amazing. When I go back to Linux, I'm definitely going to like deep dive into GROFF. One, just because the syntax is so easy, but then again, a lot of the higher level academic stuff uses LaTeX. So I mean, I want to learn everything. What percent of my audience do you think is Linux based? Man. So I've had like a couple, like 3 main surges, I think, in my subscriber base. I had about 1,000 people, maybe more, when I was on Linux that were really heavy from that Linux time. And I think when I will drop my video on getting my MacBook, that like people were like, oh my God, he's got a MacBook. He's a traitor, blood traitor. That's when I think I lost a couple hundred. But at that same time, I subsequently gained a lot, so it wasn't like a noticeable change, but like it's just like turnover. There's probably still several hundred people from that time. And then I had a video hosted on Brad Traversy's channel where I talked about R programming. It's on the front page. Woohoo! I'm not really happy with that video now that my editing is better, but you know, we live and learn. But I got a large bump from the exposure of that one, and then I've been getting a lot of other like invitations to talk on other channels. So I've been doing a lot of collaborations, which have been helping as well. And then my Obsidian content, you know, this channel started with Linux and programming and like actually writing and talking about code and stuff. And then I started posting some Obsidian videos, and those have done so incredibly well that like some of my videos are some of the top rated ones, and the ones that make the most ad revenue, and the watch time on the videos is insane. Like the average watch time on YouTube is like 2 minutes or something like that. You know, if you got a decent video, maybe 4 minutes. Some of my Obsidian videos have like 9 to 10 minute, at one point, sometimes 14-minute watch time, which is ridiculous. So I'm like, well, crap. The algorithm is picking me up for those videos. I gotta ride that wave. And then I'm eventually probably going to transition more of my content like, hey, yes, Obsidian. But I also want to do more with Python. So I'm like, okay, Obsidian. Now, how can we work with Python scripts to do things to stuff in Obsidian and start working in more Python content down the line? I don't know. I got a lot of things going on. I got a lot of eclectic interests I could talk about. So it really is just like, right now I'm riding the wave for Obsidian because it's doing really well with the algorithm. So hence, everything's Obsidian right now, but that doesn't mean that's the only thing I'm ever going to talk about again. We'll get there when we get there. Oh, duh. If I'm going to say it, Gavin has a YouTube channel. If in my server, Gavin is also a moderator because, again, he's an OG. I like you, Gavin. So he's in the server, and anyone who's in the server can actually request to have, I have a channel for just a community content feed. So if you're like a YouTuber or you have some content that you want to have auto posted into the community feed in my server, it'll just auto post for you. You don't have to do anything. And Gavin's the only one who's currently using it because I set it up to have it that way. But if you want to join my server, have your content in the community feed, you know, join my server, read the rules, read the instructions, and send the request, and we'll get you hooked up. But Gavin has a YouTube channel, and you should check that out too. Are there many academics using Obsidian? Yes. Is there a core user base right now? Yes. A lot of people who got into Obsidian got into it for Zettelkasten, which was used by a German sociologist named Nicholas Luhmann, German sociologist, and it's Zettelkasten, that whole realm of things, PKM, personal knowledge management, is a very heavy academic concept space idea. So yeah, a lot of academics. How dare I what? I'm one of the people who transcends all of your fan bases. Excellent. Glad to have you around. Yeah, the watch time was ridiculous. So I'm like, well, crap. If YouTube is throwing you a bone with the algorithm, you don't just throw it back. You take the bone and you run with it. So I'm like, okay, it's Obsidian videos for a while. Obsidian is still in beta, which is shocking given the iteration cycle and speed of development, and then just the amazing features that keep coming out over and over. Yeah, and Gavin, that's a great niche because no one else is doing something in that much detail. So ride that niche. For me, anyways, like I try a lot of different topics. You try a lot of different things that you're interested in. You find what's actually like really popular. Ride that wave. Get the algorithm boost, and then over time, you're like, okay, still put out one for me, one for them, which is like one for them, one for the algorithm. Get the boost, but then also make a video that you want to see in the world. Of something that you're interested in. So like I'm making a lot of Obsidian videos, those are for you. But something that might be for me is, hey, I got interested in doing something and I wrote a script in Python to automate it. That's for me. And I'd post that. Wouldn't do as well, but I make videos because I like doing this. I mean, ultimately you treat this like a business because it is a business. Otherwise, like, why would we do this? But sometimes, sometimes I just want to make a video because I like nerding out with people of the stuff that I'm interested in, which is like code and programming and stuff, and productivity and Zettelkasten, and oh my god, I have so many eclectic interests. Tips for somebody getting started to learn data science. I'm not a data scientist. I make no claim of being a data scientist. I want to move more into data science. I'm probably more of what you would consider a data engineer in my work. I live in California. I work for a state agency here. I work for the state government here in California. And a lot of what I do, I write code, I connect different. I work with both Oracle and Microsoft SQL Server databases, and sometimes I'll just like connect queries, and I'll have the output of the queries sent to like front-facing embedded web applications inside of medical software, or just like ad hoc pull out some data records, run some numbers, build some charts, make some reports. And then hooking up data systems, making some of this stuff work, it's kind of like a toss-up. I do a lot of things. So I'm more of a data engineer. And I'm trying to move more into the data science space. And what that implies and what that would call for if I was trying to do that is to, one, learn more about statistics, two, probably learn a little bit more about calculus, so that then three, I can understand with the prior two how machine learning actually works, and then how it works, so therefore I know when and what to apply to what. If you got a data set, what's the best machine learning algorithm, understanding it in depth, that would be something that would make sense to me to, as a data science, to know is like, stats, calculus, and then machine learning. And then, data scientists seem to me to lean a little bit more heavy on actually stats and modeling, and whereas data engineers seem to rely more on like code and building out the connections in the data pipeline. So I'm kind of like on the spectrum. I'm kind of like in the middle of like hopping over from data engineering into data science. I want to move over to data science. I'm trying to do more in that space, but I make absolutely no claim of even being an entry-level data scientist. I know barely anything about stats, just like an intro course. So I have a lot to learn. And to be honest, my course is in data analytics. There's some machine learning, I think maybe some statistics in my degree program. But outside of my degree program, I'm going to be doing a lot more with statistics and probably calculus down the line. So I don't know what to tell you, where to get started. Just coding, stats, find somebody who knows something more, because that's just what I would do.